Ciao and welcome to our next destination for our Wilde fashion box unveiling, which is happening right now on this video. We are preparing you for a really good one. This is really good. And before we jump in and talk all about it, I want to talk about our description that we put on the VDC schedule to lead us into this. Now you've seen the outfit a little bit, which is called Extra in Italy. But I want to talk about our description of it that we put on the website to get us excited about it, because I think it's so perfect to talk about now that we have seen Extra in Italy. We're going to put some pictures on the screen that Christopher took and Dee in Brazil edited, and they are so good. Ellowyne is looking very extra, but let's talk about our description that we put on the website, which is just so fun. If you didn't read it, that's why I want to put it on here. Ellowyne's next destination, Milan, and she's not blending in. In her latest jet-setting adventure, she brings bold fashion and big personality to the streets of Italy. She's living her best life, dripping in drama, and absolutely unapologetic about being a little extra. Ellowyne's got a passport, a platinum card, and zero chill. She's strutting through Milan in head-to-toe designer because subtlety is so last season. With a Gucci jacket, statement earrings, a designer tote, teacup pup included, she's the definition of fashionably over the top. Extra in Italy is for the doll who doesn't just travel, she arrives. Isn't that so much fun? We've seen pictures of Extra in Italy, and this one is one that Christopher put together, and when he was putting it together and we were checking about colors, and I thought, you want to do a lime green leather jacket with floral pants, and he asked me to trust. He asked me to trust his fashion instincts and what he puts together, and we do trust Christopher. He does some wonderful looks. He puts together so many things. He will put together let's harken back to some of our most iconic mix and match looks and those sets and what he puts together. And sometimes when we get to the end, I think, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is one of my favorite looks, but I can't do that with my brain. So that's why we have lots of wonderful fashion people in our world. But Christopher put this together, and now that it's here, I love it. It is very extra. It is very Ellowyne. If I was being very over the top in Italy, in Milan, and I'm saying we're not out wearing dresses like this while we're antiquing and looking breezy. This is for being extra. She's just extra. And with all of the components, it actually works. The earrings are wild, no pun intended, but they are huge. They are drippy. They are big. They are, when I put on jewelry like that, it's just really fun. But one of my most favorite parts of this entire outfit, I have a little story about this. So the outfit came together. We approved the outfit. We had decided what we were going to do for this month long time ago. And then Christopher said to me, what she spiritually needs to complete the outfit is a Gucci tote with a dog inside. And I'm sitting here thinking, spiritually? This is what she spiritually needs and we don't have it? And I said, if what she needs to complete this outfit is spiritual, the fashion gods are talking. They're sending us messages. They're sending us signs. I said, we have to include a Gucci tote with a little teacup Chihuahua inside. So we got to our factory and we asked them if they could possibly get these to us by the time our box came out, and the sample came out absolutely beautiful, and they found teacup Chihuahuas to go inside the purse. This purse plus the outfit, which includes this beautiful leather Gucci jacket. This was inspired off of an original Gucci ensemble, plus the floral pants, which were custom printed at our factory to make that. This is not just fabric you can find anywhere. This was custom printed, plus the earrings, plus the Gucci tote, all comes inside your box for Extra in Italy. So not only is the outfit extra, it is extra, because typically we would have this be an add-on. But if it is a spiritual component, I will not argue with the Lord. So we are going to go ahead and make sure that that is in there, because it is spiritual and we don't want to argue with that. So this is fun. Isn't this fun? I am very excited. Dee in Brazil did some wonderful artwork. We have an incredible pattern for you for this month. And this is one of, I hate to say one of my favorite boxes yet, because if we're putting something in a box, it is one of our favorite outfits. It just is. But this is slowly becoming one of my favorites. When it started out as one of the ones that I was like, now it's becoming one of my favorites because it is so different and it is so fun. We received a wonderful compliment from Kit & Kat Shop where she said that we're constantly changing our fashion. We're not putting out the same thing over and over. We're giving you fashion, which I've talked about it before in videos, and I think in our last video. If all the artwork in the museum was all the same, that wouldn't be very fun. And fashion is art. So when you're changing it up, just like Robert Tonner does, just like anyone who has been in business for a long time, you have to keep reinventing yourself. And this is fun fashion. So let's talk about our incredible, the artwork is always so good, but we're going to talk about our artwork, our pattern, and then we're going to talk about some of the add-ons, and of course our fashion with Christopher. A fun fact about my dress that I want to share if you don't remember, but this is the dress I wore when Robert Tonner visited our shop for the very first time. And what do you wear when Robert Tonner visits? It was so much, and I thought about a million different things. But anyway, I ended up landing on this dress. It looked beautiful in the pictures. I'll put a couple on the screen so you can see. But it felt really good to put it on, and that was years ago, and now here we are. And it just brought back a lot of really good memories. So if you remember those pictures, then you'll remember this dress. Okay, let's talk about our wonderful pamphlet of the month. Of course, on the front, it features Ellowyne in Italy with that teacup chihuahua and her Gucci purse. It is so much fun. And we have two little slides here. So extra in Italy, it says, welcome to our April edition of the Wilde Style newsletter. This month, join Ellowyne on a fabulous journey to Milan, adorned in a neon lime green Gucci jacket and vibrant floral trousers. She's making an entrance that's anything but subtle. One of the things that I thought was really fun on the front of the outfit of the month description is that Dee in Brazil found this dress, which is from Gucci's Spring Line 2025. And it is the same color. It is the same vibe. It could have been an add-on. And she has driving gloves. It is the fashion except in a dress. So, hey, we weren't too far off there since that was in Gucci's Spring Line. This just came out. So Dee does a really good job. I wish we had some neon lime green sunglasses. I think that would be really fun, but we can't have everything. But we can get pretty darn close. In the pamphlet, we see Ellowyne. She just looks, again, so good. And when you go to Italy, the fashion really is a lot like this. Anytime I've traveled to abroad, people generally, they dress for the city, but when you're in Italy and you're going to these tourist destinations, the tourists will be dressed in comfortable clothes with tennis shoes. The people that live there will be oftentimes dressed like Ellowyne. Maybe not quite as loud, but they're dressed. So some of the top 5 must-see destinations are in your pamphlet. Those include the Colosseum in Rome and the Venice canals. Give me a comment if you've been in the Venice canals. They're so fun. I have been to Italy, but we didn't go in the gondolas, but I have done that in Las Vegas, and it looks pretty darn close, actually. They really did replicate it in the hotel the hotel on the Strip, and you can go through and it's really fun. But anyway, we have a spotlight on Gucci, which Gucci was founded in Florence in 1921, and it has evolved from leather goods store to a leading luxury fashion house, and it's known for innovative designs and celebrated for Italian craftsmanship and glamorous aesthetics. So that's fun. Again, the jacket is Gucci, the purse is Gucci. It feels very Gucci. One of the things in our pamphlet right here that I think is really fun is Ellowyne is indulging in a little bit of ennui easing elegance. So she's having truffle risotto with gold leaf. Now, is this real? The wonderful thing about dolls and what we do here is sometimes it's very real. It feels very real life. It's exactly what we would do in real life, but most of the time it's not. And is Ellowyne going to go to She's going to go to Italy and have truffle risotto with just a little sprinkling of gold leaf, edible gold leaf. But I just think it is so fun. So when the pangs of ennui strike, Ellowyne elevates her spirits with a dish as opulent as her adventures. Truffle risotto with gold leaf. So it's just silly fun. And we had a lot of fun with this newsletter, and Dee in Brazil did a wonderful job. We have a little bit of information about what is currently in style in Italy. And then of course on the back we have our Wilde community, which just did an incredible job with Ruffles in Rio. You did such a wonderful job with Ruffles in Rio. The pictures were perfect. A special shout out to Linda Logan, who has figured out a way to do different backdrops on her photos, and she did ones where Ellowyne was diving and snorkeling and doing all this stuff, and it was so fun. But really, even if you just take a towel and you set up your dolls and you use what you have around, even if you don't have the editing tools and all that, just having fun and sharing it with the community is what we want. That's what we want to see. So don't feel like you have to do all that. I love seeing that kind of thing, but also I don't care if she's sitting in your recliner and you post her and you're having fun, because that's what we are. Like I've said before, we're all normal doll collectors. We all live in normal houses and we just want to see and have fun. So keep up the good work, Wilde community. You did such a wonderful job. So now before we get into the other artwork, I want to bring in Tamara Casey to talk about our pattern of the month. She did something that is so fun. You know how much I love a good travel wardrobe, a good capsule collection. That is how you travel. When I went to London to see Taylor Swift, I was there for 4 days. I brought capsule pieces. I brought pieces that worked together to create 5 outfits, but it may have only been 3 pieces. And it was so fun. So Tamara created Capsule Collection, which is a wonderful addition to Ellowyne's travel wardrobe. And she is here to tell us all about it. Come on in, Tamara.
One of the best things about sewing and creating for your dolls is you don't personally have to be a fashionista to create fabulous fashions. As I imagined Ellowyne traveling to Milan, I started looking at some Pinterest photographs of Milan Fashion Week. If you've recently looked into this type of fashion, you may note that many designers are putting forth large boxy jackets and coats paired with small, tiny micro shorts and mini skirts. Keeping in mind that Milan is just one of many stops on Ellowyne's itinerary, I thought it might be important to include something a little bit more practical. In researching how one might dress like an Italian, I stumbled across the capsule collection. The capsule collection term was popularized by designer Susie Faux in the 1970s. This month's pattern by the same name includes a versatile jacket that can be worn with or without a belt, a sleeveless tank top with some stitch detail, a mini skirt but not too micro, and a pair of full-length pants. In creating the floral suit for Ellowyne in the capsule collection, I was reminded of the beautiful suit that the Virtual Doll Convention put out for Club Grace in Season 2. Any pattern that includes classic elements that can easily be switched up based on fabric choice is the perfect addition to Ellowyne's travel ensemble. I hope you find this month's pattern versatile and timeless. I look forward to seeing what fabric inspires you, and as always, I can't wait to see what you make.
Thank you so much, Tamara Casey of Designs by Jude. You did such a wonderful job. As always, make sure to check out her website, Fletcher Pattern Company. She also lists some of her outfits that she has made that she uses in her videos and that she uses for her pattern drafting. You can buy those on her eBay store as well. So she's got some really fun things on her eBay store as well as her website, and she is just slaying the fashion game for us. So thank you so much, Tamara Casey. We'll see you very soon in Ohio, girlfriend. Okay, so our paper doll of the month is so much fun. Extra in Italy. Again, Dee just slays it. He knows exactly what to do. I love everything about it. We have the plate of pasta. We have the pizza. We have your Gucci bag with the dog peeking out, wine, a hat, red sunglasses, a carnival mask. She's in sultry black lingerie. She looks good. I love the center part hair. It is very, very, very opulent. It is very glamorous. She has her earrings, and I love the violet colored eyes he did on this paper doll. She looks really, really beautiful. And then of course the background features all kinds of Italian clip art, from gentlemen in gondolas to the Colosseum to pasta. It is perfect. This could be wrapping paper. Wouldn't that be so fun if we took all of these paper dolls and put them on a grid, 12 of them by the time we're done with season 2, and made wrapping paper? I like that. I like that. That's a fun idea for doll collectors. It would just be so good. So that is wonderful. Now Dee did a craft sheet, which is, I love this craft sheet. It is so good because it has Luigi's pizza. There's a pizza box on there and a really yummy, yummy, yummy looking pizza pie. And there are some travel stickers and a Gucci emblem. And then of course the miniature travel pamphlet for you, and just some other adorable little knickknacks on here for Milan and for Ellowyne's Italy adventure. So thank you so much to Dee in Brazil for creating that craft sheet. I know this stuff takes you a long time because it is so incredibly well done, and we really appreciate it. This is a really big version, but inside your box you are going to receive a sticker that says Ciao Bella. This is really beautiful. I love this. She looks so glamorous. I wish we had that wig and those eyes. So that's really great inspiration in that lip. I just love that. So also inside your box, you are going to receive some Italian candies that are not here yet, which will help round out your box a little bit. We don't have as many knickknacks to put in because we did put in the Gucci purse with the Chihuahua. So that was a very large expense to put in here. So this is a really well-rounded box. Your big gift of what you're receiving is the fashion with all of the wonderful components. And we're going to bring Christopher in actually to talk about some of the fashion and our add-ons. And I think that's about it for me. So let's bring in Christopher and chat some fashion. Hey, Christopher.
Hello.
How excited are you for Extra in Italy?
This feels like Christmas morning to me. I have long since referred to this as my sort of brainchild. And like you'd mentioned, I needed to sort of win over you and our sort of team with persuasion for this one. And just really was so hopeful that you would, trust me and fall in love with it too. This is very fun. This is one that I've been highly anticipating, and one that feels a little rebellious in the lineup of her catalog so far, but only really with virtual doll convention. I like to think that this sort of harkens back to an older, maybe, era of Ellowyne, and also really looks forward to a future vision of Ellowyne. When we were conceptualizing this season well over a year ago, I stumbled upon this archival 80s, really beautiful structured Gucci, chartreuse leather jacket, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, how can I incorporate this into something? Like, I really want to see, A, is this possible? And B, does it work? And I was sort of thinking about like where she might be, what she might do, what is she wearing this jacket for? It's so outrageous, like why? And found this really incredible pair of capris actually at a thrift store, and was able to send this pair of pants to our factory and said, like, is there anything you can do? Like, I just love these outrageous leopard print pants with the like tropical flowers. It's really over the top. Is this possible? And they came back and had them custom printed. They like replicated the fabric from the capris into her scale, and I was just like beaming. I couldn't believe that they were able to do that. And so well. It was like a very beautiful, clean print. I think this is something that is properly crazy, but also if there's any character that would wear something a little bit outrageous, I think it's her. So thank you for coming on this journey. This is Ellowyne in Milan, and she is, like you said, she's stepping out in style. It's a bold, courageous, embodied, confident outfit that is not really about anyone else. Others may perceive her, but like that doesn't matter. Like, she's not there for them, she's there for her and her risotto. So please pair with this any accessory you want to. I think this is it sort of beckons you to pair just about anything with it. You really can't go too wild with this. So we did enormous chandelier earrings and a sensible little slingback lace shoe that I think sort of grounds it with something. So the shoes are available in the boutique as add-ons, and we have actually another color of the earring. The stones are all white, but we have a silver hardware variation of this that you can purchase if you want a different color. But you're getting this outrageous little bag. I'm so excited that she gets to have a absolutely tiny dog just because. Like, I found it funny that you got so hung up on the language I had sort of flippantly used about the bag being like a spiritually necessary addition. And I suppose that's true. I mean, I stand by that. I think, like, I envisioned her being sort of like obnoxious, new money, like a tourist maybe going to like the White Lotus resort, like someone that's just like really inflated and sort of hoity-toity, but not necessarily tactful. And I think this, I will say, I think this sticks the landing. And naturally that person would have you know, a little dog with them, their purse dog with them at all times. So I'm I'm thrilled. I'm so excited to debut this, and I really hope that you feel empowered to try something different. I'm really proud of this, mostly because it teeters just on the edge of too much, and I think if you can't do that with dolls, where can you do that? That's my spiel. I'm very thrilled about this, and I hope that you enjoy it. I will offer, although it doesn't maybe appear to be something that you can or should iron, I would encourage you to get out your iron and your ironing board. I did press a center seam down the legs of the trousers, and the jacket actually, the lapels, I found that in their packaging, they're packaged flat. So if you take an iron to this, you can actually use a hot iron directly on the jacket. It's safe to do. I wouldn't iron in the sense that you're pulling against the fabric, but you can press it just fine. But you can also, if you'd like, use a damp cloth and sort of a damp, just mist it with something, and you can sort of take your hot iron over that on top of the sort of patent leather, and then that's fine. But anyway, I just wanted to offer a little styling tip that this actually, as most of our outfits do, benefits from a little pressing, and I would encourage you to try pressing down those lapels, because that will make a big difference. But I don't know, oh, and the cuff is not a snap. So this is an outfit you gotta take the hands off for, but it's worth it, I promise. That balloon sleeve is just like, I just can't get over the shape of this. It's so fun. So I hope you enjoy it. And while you are dressing your Nima and dressing your Ellowyne and getting them ready for Milan, you can also sort of pack some accessories in some extra purses we have for you. We're bringing along extra luggage this time around with some add-ons in the boutique, and we have a number of Birkin bags back in stock. So if you were a fan of the classic, we have them in pastel colors, and then we also have the dollhouse style in a number of both pastel and sort of electric, fun, bright colors. Just because if you have been missing out on bags, so have we. We've been craving accessories, so we have some more here for you. Perfect for this season, great for springtime, nice bright florals and some sort of whimsical, fun colors. And then we also have just a couple of shoes just because. So if you are in need of some accessories for, you know, the toes as well, we have a really beautiful sort of mustard suede, gorgeous little shoe here. I love this one. This is really, really fun, very soft, and it's very well constructed. It just feels like a good piece in your hand. And then we have these really cute vintage inspired dot shoes with a really gorgeous pale, like pastel, almost like a rosy pink patent leather detail around the toe and the ankle strap. It's really gorgeous, sort of like a dancing shoe. So if you need to add anything to the boutique, to your closet, because, you know, the time has come, then we have you covered. In the meantime, enjoy Italy. Make yourself a cup of spaghetti, make yourself a, plate of spaghetti, and I don't know, put on something that feels cozy and nostalgic to you. I think this outfit really evokes something that feels cozy, at least maybe to me, and you can enjoy a glass of wine and some spaghetti and a silly outfit, just because.
Thank you so much, Christopher.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you so much to our entire team, to Christopher for all that you did to make this set really fun, our whole Wilde community that has subscribed and has faithfully bought our boxes and all of the wonderful things that we sell each month. We appreciate you so very much. This feels like we had just started season 2 of the Wilde subscription. It really does. And we are nearing the end, which is as excited as we are for season 3. It's also just, I wish we could slow down time a little bit, because this is truly the job of our dreams. We have so much fun doing this. Yes, it comes with stress. Yes, it comes with hard days, just like any job, but this is unlike anything any of us here have experienced. And to be able to dream up these concepts, from the dream to the sample, to the revised samples, to the produced garments, to packing it and putting it in a box and creating digital artwork that is so cool. It is so much fun, and creating the film sets and filming videos. I just love this job. So I want to thank you so much to everyone who contributes to this. Thank you to Tamara Casey for bringing in that whole extra component of the sewing. And that just brings in so much more talent and fun to the subscription. So we appreciate all that. And then of course, everyone that sews, everyone that buys, everyone that dresses, everyone that comments, we see it all and we appreciate it all so very much. So this has been such a blast. We hope you enjoy Extra in Italy and your Ellowyne or Nima or whoever you want. This actually will fit a decent amount of different dolls. Whoever you want to fit this box and feel a little extra for the month of April, we hope you do. And just know that we are sending you also a lot of extra love. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.